Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Doris, what are you going to be watching about these two teams who seem to be strong up front?
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win in this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Brown, the small forward, with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Thompson in at the center position. And for Brooklyn, Harden out there with Irving. Then there's Griffin. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's KD in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Walker over Irving. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Irving passes to Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. KD's got his team on the board to start the game for the Nets. Walker against Irving from about 16. That one doesn't drop. The Nets go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. And it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
That one falls.
Well, the ability to score at all 3 levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
And Walker kicks to Brown. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 5. On deep. Boston again missing.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
And finished off by KD.
Well, Kevin Durant not about to settle for any low percentage shot. My goodness, with authority.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Thompson surveying the floor. Back to Smart. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Walker with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Well, you like how aggressive he is making a play at the rim against length.
You have got to believe that you can score against size on the interior. How about the aggressive, assertive move there?
Irving dishes to KD. Aldridge, the pass to Harden. And it's off from 3-point range. The Celtics have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Brown, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Well, at 6'7", this is a forward, Jaylen Brown, who handles it well, cuts his way right through the defense.
Walker against Irving. The 3 from Harden. Thompson with the rebound. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Smart passes to Tatum. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Brooklyn with the ball. Now Irving. Pass to KD. Takes a 3. Rebound Boston.
And even without that 3 ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Outside, Walker takes the three, bangs home the trifecta. Walker's got 5.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Irving passes to Harden. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's Smart. He'll bring up the ball for the Celtics.
Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list. He can use either hand. So much English. This guy is tough.
Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
I tell you, very few players are as smooth and as easy as Kevin Durant is on the move. He just glides around the floor.
Now here's Walker. 5 points in the game. Tatum's shot is off. Inodorus, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't draw a ton of fouls.
Kevin, I think that has everything to do with his elusivity. This is a young man who can finish with either hand, can get separation on any defender. This is the one thing you'd say about Kyrie Irving. He does not initiate contact around the rim.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
The Nets with the lead. Second chance effort, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, and right when you thought that shot was leaving his hands, he reinvents it.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And for the Nets, team dinners, you go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
Just 5 on the clock. And Walker kicks to Brown. But they recover it. Thompson with the bucket.
Thompson, he has such a low, wide base. He is near impossible to fully box out.
Harden the pass to Irving. Here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
The other thing, he really changed the pace of the game when you consider how many free throws he shot. Drawing fouls is an art, and really he has mastered that part of the game.
Now here's Smart. His last outing, 16 points for him. Walker taking his time here with the floater, and the shot is good. Walker's got 9 points.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
It is not an easy task trying to convert against length. Give him credit for taking on that challenge.
Now here is Irving. Back to KD. There's the pass to Harden. From outside the arc. No good that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Smart. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
The Celtics have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Trying to get open is Thompson. Tatum finds Thompson, and Griffin sends it back. Brooklyn's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. The 3 from Harden. Harden missing again. Boston's gone 1-5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Smart against Aldridge, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Here's Harden. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Brown.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
He feeds it to Thompson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Guys, what you love about Tristan Thompson, he never lets up off the offensive glass. He is thirsty for offensive boards.
And the rebound rate steadily climbing for Tristan Thompson, Doris, in recent seasons.
Yeah, so much so, Kevin, that he set a career high back in 2018-19. You think about over the last 4 years, he has averaged more rebounds than points.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Thompson knows he needs to keep working on that free throw shot. It definitely needs improvement.
Evan Fournier's checked in for Boston. And so Thompson nails both of them. Well, Doris, early on, every team trying to establish a winning attitude. And now you find out if that can carry through the rigors of an entire regular season.
No doubt, Kevin. I think if you can establish some winning early, that can go a long way toward building momentum, building confidence, especially if you have a young team or if you're a veteran team who has aspirations to be champions. So much at stake early.
Good point. Here's Walker following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Outside, Walker. The three from Tatum. And it's James Harden with the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, Irving isn't just a perimeter player. He's so dynamic inside as a scorer. His strength, his savvy, tough to keep the defense on balance. Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game. An absolute torture for a defender to guard.
That's good from Irving. And you know, Doris, for both Kyrie and Kobe, each had an urge to step out on his own, you know, to put their fingerprints on a team.
No doubt, Kevin. For Kobe, it was Shaq. For Kyrie, it was LeBron. And think about last season. Kyrie actually called LeBron to apologize. But let's not kid ourselves, right? He is most comfortable in the starring role.
And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Well, Tristan is starting to develop a sense for how to find contact and working his way to the line.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The fourth pick back in 2011, Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
He's off on the first. And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. He hits the second from the line. And here is Irving. He's got 6. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Coming off a terrific season. 11th in assists, 13th in steals. And he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he was the consummate playmaker last season. Completely unselfish. Always had his head up, looking for the open man. Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Well, Thompson's athleticism allows him to finish with power.
The Nets with the lead. Outside, KD. He kicks to Jordan. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Walker. Irving's shot is good.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot. Hot.
Here's Walker. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the ring.
Pass to Durant. To the paint. Here's Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Jason Tatum.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat. Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Griffin hits them both.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Walker against Irving. Feeds to Griffin. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Durant against Brown. Shot on the wing, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's now 8 points for KD. And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization. And the Nets were on point throughout the process.
Irving with it. He's got 8. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got 10 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Walker. Good D by Jordan.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Harden's shot is good.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
KD against Walker. Pass to Tatum. 3-pointer. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Here's Griffin. Up and in on the layup. And the Nets lead by 6.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Fournier dishes to Tatum. Griffin with some nice D, but they get it back. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. Kicks it out to Harden. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harden's shot is off.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Now Walker, 11 points in the game. Pulls up. Boston, no good that time either. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Celtics, Brown the small forward with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Fournier out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Williams at the 5 roaming the paint. Here's Brown, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Here's Walker, 5 on the clock. Here's the teardrop, and it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pops it up for Jordan, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Fournier. That one off the back iron and out. Nets leading by 8. Up top, Griffin, guarded by Tatum. Dinwiddie against Fournier. Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. Griffin draws the double. The wide open look for Durant. The putback.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Walker dishes to Williams. Down low. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a 3-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at the rim scorer, and the guy who's probably most underrated aspect is his strength, is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? I mean, how do you defend them?
It's impossible.
Indeed. And Williams drops them both.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
The jump hook. Griffin's shot is off. Celtics trail by 8. Now, here's Fournier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Celtics passing it around. Irving against Fournier. Shot from the top of the key. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Kemba Walker. In the corner, Irving with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 17-footer goes down. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
You guys know it's pick your poison when you are trying to cover Kyrie out of the pick and roll.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets.
Now we get a chance to check out Kevin Durant. He's coming off an excellent season. 8th in scoring, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Now here's Brown. Pass to Williams. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. DeAndre Jordan, third.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Nets leading by 8. KD looking around and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls. And here is Tatum. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Milwaukee.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor. And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Well, when Spencer Dinwiddie puts his head down and goes to the contact, he is unafraid and fearless.
Here's Wanamaker, still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, Marcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
There's no doubt Kyrie Irving has proven to be more active as a defender now. He has a good feel for when to go after steals.
Now here's Williams. The pass to Wanamaker. Shot clock at 6. Shot from the wing. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's. Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point. When it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
That free throw good from Brown. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durants, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
That's great insight. Now, here is Irving. He's got 12. KD against Tatum. Williams with the steal. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Fournier. Tatum with it. 7 points in the game. Here's Wanamaker. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Tatum. Over Aldridge. Knocked away. Williams kicks to Brown. Second chance shot. And Jordan sends it back.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
And the Celtics with possession here, following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Tatum passes to Fournier. He dishes it to Williams. 20 feet out. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
So he gets them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Fournier dishes to Williams. Nice ball movement by Boston. Dinwiddie against Fournier. And that one goes long. Brooklyn leading by 12. Dinwiddie left side. Passes to Jordan. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Jordan's got 4 points this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now Williams. Back to Wanamaker. To the inside. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Wanamaker. They shoot again. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Here's Smart following the bucket by the Nets. And Durant sends it back to the middle. And then Durant with the dunk.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing,
but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
James Harden, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
And checking out the stats for Aldridge. Last season, he played outstanding. 18th in rebounding, 18th in blocks, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And like you said, one of the better rebounders in the league last season. He displayed a tireless work ethic that I think really rubbed off on the team. Harden's shot is off. Celtics trail by 18. Outside Fournier. And there's the pass to Williams. Back to Fournier. Tipped away. Boston needs to get off a shot. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Harden's shot is off. And the Celtics shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Smart against Harden. Back to Smart for the three. Sinks the triple. Smart's got himself on the board with three there.
Growing confidence in his jumper. Smart is rising and firing after the catch of the pass. Nice.
Aldridge finds Irving. They get it back. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Wanamaker the pass to Poirier. Smart deciding where to go with it. To the paint. Here's Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, he is a behemoth in the paint. Once Williams establishes himself, you almost have to foul it.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. And he can't get the first one.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
Harris has checked in for Durant. And a change for the Celtics. Kemba Walker has checked in for Brad Wanamaker. Good on the second free throw.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 8. Here's Irving. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just spanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Green's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
The thing that maybe puts me in awe more than any other skill is the way Kyrie Irving can change gears. This guy has a variety of ways to attack and keep defenses off balance.
Now here's Smart. Down low. Here's Poirier. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers? These are two of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
And the Nets making a change here. Second free throw, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Irving. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Irving's got 20.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Walker. That's tipped. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And laid in to finish the break. Irving's got 12 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Pass to Poirier. And here's Green outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. On its way from Irving for 2. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
You wonder what the defender who has to check Kyrie Irving on a nightly basis is thinking, because when he's dialed in, there's no checking him.
Now here's Walker. He's got 13. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. From deep three-point range, doesn't go for him.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He ended up with 24 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Kyrie just has so many shots in his arsenal. Shows you the range. He can take you up the dribble in either direction. Terrific floater. A magician at the rim. It's rare to see that.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at center. So that's the Nets 5.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Walker. Pass to Tatum. Lets it go with a three. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Irving's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Now here's Walker. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
One shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good.
And the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
And it's Brown missing, and Thompson throws it down. And he's now got the double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Irving from long range. And Tatum pulls it down. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Kicks to Walker. Back to Tatum. Outside, Smart. Griffin against Tatum. Shoots over Griffin, and there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got 9.
Well, with the high release point, Jason Tatum can be calm under duress on the interior. That's nice.
Stolen by Walker. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. Makes it off the glass. He's got 16.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed.
Now here's Irving. He's got 24. A shot by Harden. Wide open. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. The Celtics working the ball around now. Outside Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And now a look at James Harden. Coming off a terrific season. Tops in scoring. 2nd in steals. And he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him. And you can't even really contain him. Now Brown following the 3-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And it's Brown missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Here's Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's Irving. Rebound, Boston. Brown outside. He kicks to Walker. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Brown down low, guarded by Harden. Here's Walker. No good off the back of the rim. Nets leading by 23. To the middle. Here's Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Good on both. And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the 2nd time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable.
The Nets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Durant against Brown. Pass to Harden. This one for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Harden's got 11 points.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that 3-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now here's Walker. 16 points for him. Lets a floater go. He gets it in there. 18 points for him.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
And on our sideline, our reporter David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Here's KD, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, don't let Kevin Durant get comfortable from the mid-range, because that is money in the bank.
And Walker kicks to Brown. Smart on the wing. Walker against Dinwiddie. Walker's shot is off.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Well, you have to respect Kevin Durant's ability to pick up fouls, and I love seeing him drive with authority.
And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
Durant nails both of them.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Walker against Dinwiddie. They double team Walker. Brown wide open. He fires. Off target from 3-point range. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. The dish to Harden. Harden draws the double. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Boston's gotten blank from 3-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Outside Fournier. Tatum on the wing. Inside, Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Griffin looking around. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Looking now at some numbers for Spencer Dinwiddie, how he did last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Free throw drops for Griffin. And the Celtics making a change here. Williams is checked in. Griffin hits them both. The Celtics have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Walker against Dinwiddie. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Green, he's checked in for the Celtics. Now, here's Dinwiddie. And the pass to Harden. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Thompson. He's got 13. And it's Walker penetrating. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Man, he is working them over on the inside. I'll tell you this. Kevin Durant every year gets more comfortable with the physicality of defenders. Incredible.
Thompson passes to Walker. Celtics passing it around. Thompson outside to the inside. 5 to shoot. Green in the post. KD's on him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Nets on offense. They're on a 17-6 run. Dinwiddie passes to Aldridge. Dishes to Griffin. Tries again. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. No good on that one.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
And he sinks the second. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the basket is good.
That is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
To the paint. Here's Durant. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Now, here's Fournier. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That shot missing. Griffin with some nice D. Brooklyn's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
It's Fournier on the wing, guarded by Harden. Pass to Williams. Dinwiddie with some nice D.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one drops. Blake Griffin hits them both. Boston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Walker, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough
shooting 2
where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
That's good from Kemba Walker. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Both good from the line that time.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Jordan dishes to Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And Thompson kicks to Fournier. And here's Green outside. No good that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. The 3 from Harden. Fournier pulls it down.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Shot's good by Walker.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Passes it to Harden. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Can't hit from in close. Boston shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Green, no luck.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. A floater. Here's Aldridge. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Outside, Green. A shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Jordan.
I'll tell you, they're trying to cut into this lead, but he has not hit one this period.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And here's Walker. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the five for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. They've got Ogilvy, also Williams out there, and it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position. Here's Poirier. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Ogilvy. Drills the three-pointer. Ogilvy's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Boston.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
And it's Harris off the drive, and yes, it's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Boston shooting a low 30% right now, an ugly offensive performance. Outside, Green. The pass to Wanamaker. And again, Boston with the triple.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
Luwawu, the pass to Dinwiddie. Teardrop shot, and that one is good.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Wanamaker looking over the floor. And again, it's Boston converting.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. It's deflected. Here's the break. Launches it. The shot by Ogilvy, no good. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. Here's Luwawu, guarded by Green. Pass to Claxton. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Launches a three. Poirier grabs the miss. Poirier's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Wanamaker. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Dinwiddie kicks to Jordan. Back to Dinwiddie. Williams inside. Second shot opportunity. Tries yet again. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Just such a physical player. Williams has no off switch, which is how he gets these calls.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
He's perfect from the line this time. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Now here's Jordan. Dinwiddie with it. Softly drops in the floater.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie going to that floater game. It's second nature at this point.
It's stolen by Harris. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here's Harris from the arc. And Boston with the rebound. Williams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, easy call.
The first one falls. Caruge is checked in for Brooklyn. Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Wanamaker the pass to Williams. Here's Poirier. Pass to Wanamaker from downtown. Caruge grabs the board. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. To the right side. Here's Dinwiddie. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And that's now 8 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. Now Green. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Ojale, and it's denied. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Garrett Temple has checked in for Dinwiddie. And a change for the Celtics. Owundu's checked in. Now the pass to Wanamaker. Pass to Owundu. Williams kicks to Owundu. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped. Here's Temple. Passes it to Llewellyn. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Owundu. Now here's Williams. Pass to Awandu. 6 to shoot. To end the drought. Hands it from downtown. Awandu's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Here's Temple. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Wanamaker. Here's Poirier. It's blocked. And he gets the bucket.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Temple, the pass to Harris. With the teardrop and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
First free throw is good. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Now you think about it, over time, Joe Harris has made himself a viable option as an NBA player. He's got such offensive versatility.
Now here's Williams. Here's Awandu, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Here's Luau. The pass to Claxton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the Nets miss again. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Pass to Luwawu. Here's Temple. Pass to Karuch. Out left to the wing. Here's Luwawu. Drills it from outside. Luwawu's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Here's Poirier following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Here's Williams. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Pass to Claxton. Harris kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. There's the pass to Temple. Fires from deep. And Boston with the rebound. Inside. A nice shot by Poirier. Poirier's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
Luwawu, the pass to Harris. Pass to Karuch. All alone. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Wanamaker. Right wing. Here's a one-do. Passes it to Poirier. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Here's Temple. Harris, right side. And they pick up two.
Joe Harris so good at keeping his composure in intense situations. Nice job playing through contact.
Here's a one-do. Poirier passes to a one-do.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Harris drives in.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
The Nets making a switch here. Musa's checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Green, he's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. Here's Musa. Pass to Temple. Clock at 6. Fires the three. Nailed from three-point land. Temple's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside, Green. .151 left in the fourth quarter. Ogilvy kicks to Green. The pass to Ogilvy. Nice ball movement by Boston. Green with the ball. Clock at 4. From the arc. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Pass to Luwawu. 1:25 left in the game. Here's Musa. Temple, the pass to Luwawu. Releases. And Rodion Kurucs picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kevin Durant.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Here's Temple. Here's Karuch. Rebound, Boston. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Green, and that one drops for him.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Here's Temple. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Mark, you and I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Smart, the guards. Brown, the small forward, with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Back to Smart. 4 on the shot clock. The 11-footer. Another shot. Nice shot by Thompson.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Harden can't hit. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. Smart finds Tatum. Great D that time from Griffin.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now Walker, James Harden missing on the 3. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And that one falls for Tatum. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
And so Tatum nails them both.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Man, I love how strong Tatum goes to the rack. When you give him room to get up, he's banging that thing.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Griffin. And stolen by Tatum. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
You got to be careful around Tatum. Now, if you're not paying attention, he'll take that ball away from you quickly.
Irving looking over the floor. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Smart, and the rejection by Harden. Here's Durant, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against Boston.
You just got to be so careful when guarding Durant, because if you put him on the line, he's going to make you pay.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
The first one falls. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts. Softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 2. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. It seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential when free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
Here's Irving following the basket by Jaylen Brown. From 12 feet out, that's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Here's Smart. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Irving. Hits it from 3-point range. Irving's got 5 points so far.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
Here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee. Shots good by Walker.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here is Irving. He has 5. Shoots from 12. And that one drops. He has 7. The Celtics with the lead. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Brad Stevens, and he knows they've got their hands full trying to stop Kyrie Irving, arguably the most creative offensive weapon in the game. They'll try to make him work at the other end to expend some energy, but that's easier said than done. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Griffin. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Second chance shot. The shot, no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. That's tipped. Aldridge with it. Picked up by Thompson. Walker against Irving. Outside Durant. Harden outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Tatum passes to Walker. Floats one. Outside, Smart. Fires for 3. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And, of course, this is Smart's biggest hurdle. Sometimes he looks great shooting the 3. Sometimes, though, it's just the opposite.
Now here's Durant. Good.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Celtics have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Outside Tatum. Thompson passes to Brown. Smart with the ball. And here's Walker outside. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Irving. Durant in the corner. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Jordan, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And a change for the Celtics. Fournier is checked in. KD against Brown. Durant kicks to Irving. Buries it from three-point range. Irving's got 10 points.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Here's Walker. Sinks that one from the post. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Not just a jump shooter. Walker also pretty athletic. And athletic enough to get inside and finish around the basket.
Jordan finds KD. The kick out to Irving. Shot clock at 6. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. Boston leading by 3. Walker's shot is off.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Now, here's Brown. Griffin with it. On the wing, Irving. And the Nets, another 3.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Walker dishes to Fournier. Great D that time from Jordan.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Take a break. Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward. And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Now here's Fournier. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep three-point range, the rebound by the Nets. Here's Harden. Tries again. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Love whenever Harden uses his vertical on the glass. showing real toughness going inside amongst the trees. You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Harden no good on the free throw. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Aldridge.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Here's Fournier, 7-point differential. Shots good by Walker.
Walker ready to shoot as soon as he catches the ball there. Great anticipation from the veteran guard.
And on the way from Irving for 3, Fournier pulls it down. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Boston. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. .119 left to play in the first. Brown finds Walker. Down low and stolen by Jordan.
Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
Greg, they've been out of sync since the opening tip. I mean, they've got to take better care of the ball.
Now, here is Irving. 13 points in the game. Harden, no good.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
Hey, I don't think there's any excuse for allowing Brown to get that deep. I mean, he's brilliant at throwing it down if the defense doesn't stop it.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harden inside the three-point line. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And the jam by Harden.
You know, Harden has that quick first step. Once he sees a lane to the rim, he's going to take it.
Irving against Walker. From deep, in the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. We've got more in store for you right after this. At one time a poor free throw shooter, DeAndre Jordan has really improved this part of his game, and he was asked back when he was struggling if he had ever considered shooting them underhand like some have in the past.
I haven't. I've never tried it. I've never secretly tried it in practice or anything like that. I think I'm going to try to shoot it regular for a while, and if that's my last resort, then so be it.
You know, he's made some progress with his method, though.
Yeah, him, Drummond, Capella, a lot of the guys who were getting the hack-a-shack treatment have made great strides.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Jordan. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the point. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Harden. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Now here's Griffin. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Griffin draws the double. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Celtics trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And stolen by Irving. KD looking around. Passes it to Jordan. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. Jordan's got his first basket.
And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Fournier. Over Harden. Williams trying to break free. Fournier's shot is off.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Nets. And a change for the Celtics. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Evan Fournier. And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. Trying to get something going. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Boy, you look at Walker, and he's a slight guy, but he powers through it all. Terrific, deceptive strength. Well, one thing you've got to know about Kemba Walker is that this guy can go off at any time. A dynamic scorer that also possesses the killer instinct, and when he gets it going, watch out. It can snowball into a dominating performance.
That's good from Kemba Walker. And for Walker, who stayed 3 years at UConn, Clark, he just keeps getting better on the offensive end.
Boy, Kemba Walker is one of the most dynamic little guys we've had in the league in its history. I mean, his ability to score from outside and inside, really hard to match and quite special. He's the type of player who always is surprising you on the upside.
It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. KD's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Now here's Durant. He's got 6, unloads from 13, and he knocks down the jumper. KD's got 4 this quarter.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Outside, Tatum shoots the 3. And no good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. In transition, here come the Nets. Williams with the block. Durant, the pass to Jordan. Goes back up. There's the pass to Aldridge. Outside, KD. Here's the 3. They get the rebound. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And last season, he was a 70% free throw shooter, something I'm sure he'd like to improve.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
And the first one drops. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
He doesn't get the second one. Celtics trail by 15. Brown outside. Pass to Wanamaker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings. And he makes the first. Green, he's checked in for the Celtics. Both shots good from the stripe.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
The feed now to Dinwiddie. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. The Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to the Golden State Warriors. Smart kicks to Green. Back to Smart. With some arc. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Irving. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
It's not a problem at all for Tatum to punch it down. Length and athleticism makes the flush an easy shot.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 23 points for him the last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession.
And checking out some stats for Kevin Durant. Great showing for him last season. He was around 26 points per game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
The 3. Rebounded by Smart. Celtics trail by 15. Outside Tatum. Bounce pass from Smart. Fires it up. Rebound Brooklyn. Aldridge has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Dinwiddie. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Green with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Tatum deciding where to go with it. 6 to shoot. Over Jordan. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Well, I like the shoot-first mentality of Tatum, guys. Staying aggressive and keeping constant pressure on the defender.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. Passes to Jordan. To the wing right side. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Here's Green. Sweet little floater.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense, had overcommitted, and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
KD on the wing. From past the arc. They get it back. Aldridge. Williams with the block. Here's Wanamaker. Aldridge is covering. And Wanamaker gets it to go.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
The pass to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
The Nets have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripe tonight. And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris has checked in.
One shot.
That's good from Durant. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
The Celtics shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And so Tatum nails them both.
During his rookie season, Jason Tatum was Boston's go-to guy in the Eastern Conference Finals. A rare opportunity, and that young fella delivered at a high level.
Irving double team. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Irving. 6 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. Pass to Tatum. He dishes it to Smart.
Come get it.
Here's the floater. Rebounded by the Nets. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. Yep, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Outside Irving, kicks to KD. Bank shot, no good.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jumper.
Now here's Green. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
When Aldridge is in the neighborhood, you've got to be careful shooting it. I mean, proving there that he's capable of blocking shots.
Four on the clock. Durant with the steal. Here now is Dinwiddie. He has 6. Pass to Irving. Irving double team. Back to Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. Knocks it loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top 3-point shooters. You take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
Stolen by Smart. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
Harris outside. He kicks it to Aldridge. Here's KD. And finished off by KD.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kevin Durant. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
And that one falls for Tatum. And so Tatum nails them both. 1:39 left in the first half of the game. Dinwiddie against Smart. Dinwiddie passes to KD. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Spencer Dinwiddie. How he performed last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Here's Wanamaker. He has 6. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Here's Smart. 5 points in the game. Pulls it up. The rebound by the Nets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Durant, and it's good off the back rim and in. And now a 12-point Brooklyn lead.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
From deep three-point range, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And the first half is now in the books. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 12. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, KD just has that instinct for scoring. It's just how he's built. You look at the first half, he was aggressive, made tough shots. Very difficult to scheme against because he's usually one step ahead of you.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And you know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Brown, the small forward, with Tatum holding down the 4 spot. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Thompson in at the 5 down low.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Brooklyn leading by 10. Now, here is Irving. On the wing, Harden, guarded by Smart. Passes it to KD. Another one one falls for Brooklyn.
And KD just keeps coming at you. Put that jumper there. There isn't anything you can do except hope he goes cold.
Here's Walker. Nice D from Aldridge.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Irving. And no good. Walker with some nice D. Celtics trail by 12. Tatum kicks to Walker. The Celtics working the ball around now. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Tell you what, that's impressive strength there from Tatum. You got to respect that. Even when you try to wrap him up, he finds a way to score.
For Boston, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
One shot.
And that one falls for Tatum. Nets leading by 9. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Durant against Brown. Shoots over Brown. KD's shot is off. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And that's now 21 points for KD. Walker dishes to Tatum. Now Thompson. Outside, Walker beyond the arc. And the three ball is good. Walker's got 13.
You know, over the last couple of years, Walker has increased his three-point percentage. That sweet shooting stroke is now a lot more consistent.
Now, here is Irving. And Thompson sends it back. Here's Brown. Good on the 13-footer. Brown's got his third basket of the night.
I like the confidence and the assurance that Brown is taking these shots with. I mean, his mid-range game is actually on point.
And here's KD for three.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
Now here's Griffin. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. And then Durant with the dunk.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Now here's Walker. He's got 13. And the pass to Thompson. Walker in the post, covered by Irving. 5 on the clock. And here's Tatum for three. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Tatum doing a nice job recognizing when to let it fly and when not to. A very capable threat from outside the arc.
Irving passes to Harden. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
Jordan, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And a change for the Celtics. Fournier is checked in. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And, you know, the beard continues to impress, continues to get better, and MVP candidate seemingly every season. Now, I've got a question, though. How does he maintain the look of that beard?
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide-open three.
Irving against Walker. A floater. Jordan with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution. Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And stolen by Jordan. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, Durant is a prime-time threat to pound one down. Got to keep him away from the rim.
Now here's Walker. He's got 13.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Griffin finds Irving. From outside, off the mark.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Walker's shot is off.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Dishes it to Fournier. Back to Walker. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Tatum nails them both. Nets leading by 12. Outside Irving. High post, KD. Back to Irving. Clock at 4. Unloads from 13. The basket good off the assist from Durant. KD's got assist number 5 here tonight. Celtics trail by 14. And Walker kicks to Brown. Back to Walker. Over Irving. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Harden. Back to Jordan. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. The Nets have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Free throw good, Jordan. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. And so Jordan nails both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now here's Fournier. No points in the game yet for him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Griffin. He's coming off an excellent season. Put up about 24 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And really just excellent numbers. I like what we've been seeing from him across the board.
I do too. I mean, he's playing with much more focus now and a much higher level of intensity.
And that one falls for Tatum.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And so Tatum nails them both. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Jordan dishes to Harden. To the middle. And it's blocked. Fournier against Harden. Outside, Walker. The tray. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, I mean, the long arms of Durant help him break down defenders. He can just keep it out of reach.
Who's got Walker? And Walker kicks to Tatum. The dish to Thompson. Brown inside. KD's on him. Can't get it to fall.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Brown. Drops in the layup for 2. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. James Harden is second.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Griffin kicks to Dinwiddie. Back to Griffin. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Thompson. Celtics trail by 14. Brown with it. 8 points for him. Walker with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Pass to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. He's feeling it. Not going to go that time.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
High arcing shot and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Evan Fournier. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
That one is off. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
And he's good on the second.
And right now, at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Here's Walker, and it's blocked.
Well, it's rare to see a block shot from a perimeter player like Dinwiddie, but good job that time.
And there it is for him. 21 points for James Harden.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Count it.
That's an aspect of Walker's game that I like. I mean, his ability to use the dribble drive and score on the move, nice.
Over to the wing. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Bucket is good. Dinwiddie's got 9.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Here's Walker. The rebound by the Nets.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Walker missing again. Brooklyn leading by 17. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, that barrel-chestedness of Harden, so much strength and body control. It's hard to stop him from scoring.
Here's Walker. Knocks down the 10-footer. Walker's got 7 points for the quarter.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Come to me, come to me. I see him.
1:15 left to play here in the third. Fournier finds Thompson. Back to Fournier. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Brown for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here now is Dinwiddie. He's got 9. Passes it to Claxton. Walker against Dinwiddie. Shoots over Walker. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Celtics. Lays it up off the glass. Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
It's always awesome to watch Harden do his thing. I mean, he's so good with the ball. Fantastic at going straight into the contact on his drives. Excellent.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Free throw good, James Harden.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Marcus Aldridge has checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Boston also with the sub. Smart's checked in for Fournier. Harden hits them both. Celtics trail by 17. Here's Walker. He's got 19. From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Harden. He's out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Joe Harris is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Harden, no good. Celtics trail by 17. Now here's Smart over Harden. Smart misses.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Harris. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 19.
You know, guys, Harris is proving to be more than just a shooter. Harris also comfortable finishing over aggressive defense.
The pass to Poirier. And here's Brown outside. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
The 3 from Harden. Rebound Boston. Brown's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Smart misses. Nets leading by 16. Harden with it. Picked up by Brown. The shot's good. 27 points for James Harden.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie is very dependable at serving his teammates on the court. Seems like a natural leader.
In the corner, Smart with it. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Harris outside. Pass to Aldridge. Dinwiddie against Walker. With the teardrop, Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Walker against Dinwiddie. Brown outside. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And Brown is quite aggressive. I mean, a masterful penetrator who can take it to defenders when he drives.
And the basket by Harden.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Brown is a guy who is hunting contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him when they're defending him.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good from Brown.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
So for the Nets, Durant's checked in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And he makes both free throws. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Pass to Harden. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Boy, I like the work Aldridge did there. Good hustle. Nice job getting good position.
Celtics trail by 19. Now Walker. Brown outside. Back to Walker. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight. Brooklyn leading by 17. Harden with it. Now guarded by Smart. Here's Irving. That one's not going to go. Some solid defense from Brown. Here's Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. You think about a market size, nightlife for some guys is important. Business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles. Season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. And both free throws good for Williams.
And on top of the talent, the physical ability, Williams, just a coachable kid and really picks things up quick.
And Harden with the stuff.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Walker the pass to Williams. It's Brown on the wing. And Durant sends it back. Walker with a clean look, but they'll get another chance. And Aldridge comes over to help. Outside, Smart. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Aldridge dishes to Harden. Nets passing it around. Here's Griffin. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And Walker kicks to Thompson. Pass to Smart. Outside Williams. It's Brown on the wing. From 13. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Smart with the ball. Are any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things? Incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines, and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories. But I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Now here's Smart. Following the miss by Griffin.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. And so, Smart nails both of them.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
Irving passes to Harden. Harden draws the double. Here's Aldridge. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, I love his stroke. Aldridge has a sweet stroke and continues to produce a nightly double-double threat who doesn't mind being the focal point of the offense.
And it's sent back by Aldridge, and he gets it back. Here's Walker. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's Griffin. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's 12 points for Blake Griffin.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Smart dishes to Tatum. Outside, Walker lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Harden the pass to Griffin. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's Irving. Shot from the inbound. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Irving's got 19 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Thompson. Back to Brown. And it's Durant with the rebound. And KD's got the ball here for Brooklyn. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. Smart against Harden. Unloads from 9. Smart misses. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Griffin. Here's Aldridge. And another shot. Griffin trying to get open, and it's laid up and in by Aldridge.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
Big difference in second chance points, and that makes it tough.
And he recovers it. Tatum. Yep, it counts. Tatum's got 14 points here in the second half.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
To the inside. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Aldridge. 39 points for James Harden.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Aldridge with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Harden got a hand on it. Here's Brown. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Pretty impressed by Brown's shot selection. I mean, he's definitely capable of knocking these types of shots down consistently.
And here is Irving. To the middle. KD's shot is good. Durant's got 29 in the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Walker kicks to Tatum. Thompson passes to Brown. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question, because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually. But on occasion, it does get a little carried away.
Claxton the pass to Temple. Here's Karuch. And there's the pass to Musa. From deep three-point range, the rebound by a 1-2.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Kevin Durant.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in, Kevin. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
He hits both from the stripe. Clark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. Here's Karuch after the basket by Boston. Williams with the block. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Wanamaker. Kicks it to Williams. No good with the layup.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Karuch. Shoots. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
We just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.